the Western Han Dynasty, Golden Age, and the destiny of China's great unified empire. How Han civilization defined the identity of the Chinese nation. Chapter 1. The Qin Empire collapsed after merely 15 years. Many contemporaries believed centralized unification was only a short-lived experiment. Radical Qin policies exhausted civilian resources. Former nobles of the six conquered states sought restoration, pushing the realm back toward a division. Few predicted that an uprising force born from the grassroots would end the Chu-Han contention, rebuild unified order, and establish the 200-year Western Han Dynasty. History often oversimplifies. Qin relied on strict law while Han practiced benevolent governance. Reality is far more nuanced. Western Han inherited the complete prefecture-county system from Qin, yet revised its policies after learning from Qin's sudden fall. It restored domestic livelihood through recuperation, while facing century-long military pressure from northern Xiongnu nomads. Combining Han-era archaeological relics and official histories, this documentary answers three core historical questions. How did Liu Bang defeat the far stronger Xiang Yu and rebuild a unified empire upon ruins? From the laissez-faire Wenjing prosperity to Emperor Wu's Confucian supremacy and northern campaigns against Xiongnu, how did Western Han achieve a fundamental shift in state governance? The mighty Han forged the cultural identity of the Han people. What internal conflicts gradually dragged the empire into decline? Qin constructed the skeleton of unification. Western Han filled it with cultural vitality. Han inherited Qin's institutions, yet forged a distinct path toward long-term stability. Chapter 2. Chu-Han Contention. Late Qin, Chaos, and Liu Ban. Founding. Han, 207 BCE, 202 BCE. In 207 BCE, Liu Bang was the first to capture Xianyang. The last Qin ruler Ziying officially surrendered. Shortly afterward, Xiang Yu led his army into the Guanzhong region, possessing absolute military superiority. Xiang Yu divided the entire realm into 18 feudal territories. He titled himself the Overlord of Western Chu. He deliberately restored the ancient enfranchisement system. The fragile peace did not last long. Wars and conflicts among regional warlords broke out once again. In sharp contrast, Liu Bang was adept at recruiting outstanding talents. He gathered core advisors and generals including Xiao He, Zhang Liang, and Han Xing. He relied on the stable Guangzhong Plain as his rear supply base. Although Xiang Yu possessed unparalleled personal bravery and battlefield prowess, he suffered from fatal political flaws. He distrusted loyal subordinates and massacred surrendered soldiers. More critically, he failed to build a solid rear governing base. Gradually, Xiang Yu exhausted his strategic advantages. After 4 years of brutal confrontation in the Chu-Han contention, the Chu army was completely annihilated in the Battle of Gaisha. Cornered and defeated, Xiang Yu committed suicide by the Wujiang River. In 202 BCE, Liu Bang ascended the imperial throne. He officially founded the Han Dynasty and designated Chang'an as the capital. This moment marked the formal founding of the Western Han Dynasty. Faced with severe post-war practical pressures in the early Han era, Liu Bang adopted a unique mixed governance system. Central governed prefectures coexisted with enfeoffed fiefdoms. Both imperial clan members and meritorious non-Liu nobles were granted territories. After years of successive military campaigns, Liu Bang eliminated all-powerful non-Liu feudal lords. These included famous generals Han Xin, Peng Yue, and Ying Bu. He established an ancestral rule. Only Liu clansmen could inherit royal kingdoms. Even so, powerful clan vassals still retained massive territory and military strength. This hidden danger laid the groundwork for the later rebellion of the Seven States. Xiang Yu clung to the outdated hegemonic enforcement order of the old era. Liu Bang adhered to the long-term historical trend of national unification. In the end, history chose centralized governance over regional separatism. Chapter 3. Endless wars in the late Qin period left vast stretches of wasteland. The population sharply declined, and supplies fell into severe shortage. Early Han emperors drew lessons from the fall of Qin, which resulted from relentless exploitation of ordinary people. They embraced Huanglao philosophy and implemented laissez-faire rule. Tax rates were reduced, penal codes relaxed, and agriculture encouraged. Large-scale construction and external military campaigns were halted, allowing society to recuperate naturally. Emperor Wen and Emperor Jing continued these governing policies, giving rise to the Wenjing prosperity, the first universally acknowledged golden age in ancient China. Grain piled up in state granaries until it went rotten. Copper coins remained unused so long that their binding strings decayed. The civilian population grew steadily, and national strength revived. Nevertheless, hidden risks lingered beneath the prosperous surface. Regional vassal kings grew ever stronger, openly challenging central power. The Xiongnu repeatedly launched southern incursions. The Han court was compelled to secure peace chiefly through diplomatic marriages. Numerous schools of thought coexisted, lacking an official, unified national ideology. In 154 BCE, the rebellion of the Seven States erupted, led by King Liu Pi of Wu. Emperor Jing commissioned Zhou Yafu, who quickly suppressed the revolt. Following the rebellion, the central court drastically cut vassals' territories and authority. Most dangers stemming from the Prefecture 5 dual system were eliminated, marking a massive consolidation of central imperial power. Huanglao-style recuperation healed the scars of prolonged warfare. Suppressing the Seven States Rebellion cleared major internal obstacles. A century of national strength had been accumulated, awaiting the arrival of an extraordinary emperor. Chapter 4. Imperial Golden Age. Emperor Wu's territorial expansion and institutional reconstruction. 141 BCE, 87 BCE. In 141 BCE, Liu Che, Emperor Wu of Han, ascended the imperial throne. Decades of accumulation by earlier emperors generated abundant manpower and financial reserves. This solid foundation supported thorough national policy transformation. Emperor Wu carried out 3 landmark domestic reforms. First, he fully implemented the Grace Decree. The policy continuously divided and weakened the vassal territories, permanently erasing the hidden danger of regional separatism. Second, he adopted Dong Zhongshu's political proposal. Confucianism was established as the exclusive official orthodoxy. This ideological framework dominated Chinese civilization for 2 millennia. Third, he founded the Imperial Scholar Recommendation System. Talented officials were recruited nationwide, greatly broadening the dynasty's ruling foundation. In foreign affairs, the Han Empire launched comprehensive strategic counterattacks. The passive defensive marriage policy of early Han was completely abandoned. Famous generals Wei Qing and Huo Kubing led repeated northern expeditions. They defeated the Xiongnu forces, recovered the Hetao region, and fully opened the vital Hexi corridor. Zhang Qian was dispatched twice to explore the western regions. His journeys founded the ancient Silk Road, linking economic and cultural exchanges across Eurasia. Meanwhile, Han conquered southern Baiyue tribes in southwestern borderlands. It also expanded influence to the northern Korean peninsula. Western Han territory reached its historical peak during this era. Nevertheless, endless military campaigns and large-scale water projects, along with multiple currency reforms, rapidly depleted the national treasury. In Emperor Wu's later years, national strength was severely overstretched. Social contradictions intensified across the empire. He issued the famous Luntai self-criticism edict. The emperor reflected on his aggressive expansionist policies, shifted national strategy back to civilian recuperation, and successfully prevented the Han Dynasty from collapsing like the Qin. Confucian orthodoxy unified national cultural consensus. Northern military campaigns expanded China's core territory. The Silk Road connected Eastern and Western civilizations. Emperor Wu of Han forged the eternal cultural and national identity of the Han people. Chapter 5. Afterglow of prosperity, Zhao Xuan reign, Western Han's final peak, 87 BCE, 49 BCE. After Emperor Wu passed away, Emperor Zhao and Emperor Xuan successively ascended the throne. Drawing lessons from the exhausting endless wars of the late Wu reign, they drastically reduced taxation and resettled displaced refugees. They rectified corrupt official administration and revitalized agricultural production. This period of stable revival is historically known as the Zhaoxuan prosperity. During Emperor Xuan's reign, Han's diplomatic and military strength reached its zenith. Han elite troops defeated the main force of the Xiongnu army. The Xiongnu Qianyu Huhanie traveled to Chang'an to formally submit to Han. This historic surrender ended a century of large-scale Han-Xiongnu conflicts. The Protectorate of the Western regions was officially founded. The vast Western regions were incorporated into formal Han administration. The safety and prosperity of the Silk Road were fully guaranteed. Although the Zhaoxuan era stood as Western Han's final power summit, deep-seated dynastic maladies were never fundamentally resolved. Land annexation became increasingly severe across the realm. Powerful local aristocratic clans continuously seized farmland from common civilians. Imperial governance gradually relied heavily on imperial relatives and eunuchs. Confucian official blocs consolidated their political dominance. The willingness and momentum for institutional reform steadily faded away. Emperor Xuan clearly perceived these hidden crises. He left a famous and far-reaching political judgment. The Han Dynasty follows its own system, combining benevolent rule and harsh governance. He sternly warned successors against relying purely on Confucian moral governance. Unfortunately, later emperors failed to balance court political factions. The downward decline of the empire eventually became irreversible. The Zhaoxuan era revived national prosperity once again, yet it could not curb rampant land annexation and rising clan power. Beneath the dazzling final golden age of Western Han, all the undercurrents of dynastic collapse were quietly accumulating strength. Chapter 6. Imperial Collapse. Powerful imperial relatives and Wang Mang's usurpation. 49 BCE, 8 CE. After the reign of Emperor Xuan, a series of mediocre emperors ruled the Han Empire. Emperor Yuan, Emperor Cheng, Emperor Ai, and Emperor Ping succeeded one after another. Imperial authority gradually weakened and slipped out of central control. In the late Western Han Dynasty, imperial relatives dominated the court. The powerful Wang clan, backed by the Empress Dowager, monopolized central political power for generations. Born into the prestigious Wang clan, Wang Mang kept a modest and humble demeanor. He earned widespread reputation and political prestige across the nation. Step by step, he seized control of civil administration and military power. He placed child emperors on the throne as puppet rulers. Meanwhile, he purged and eliminated all political rivals, Finally, in 8 CE, Wang Mang accepted the nominal imperial abdication. He formally founded the Han Dynasty. This moment marked the end of the 200-year Western Han Dynasty. On the surface, the Western Han fell because of Wang Mang's usurpation, yet the fundamental cause lay in long-term systemic social crises. Extreme land concentration engulfed the entire realm. Countless ordinary farmers lost their land and became homeless refugees. Wealth and resource inequality widened to an extreme degree. Local aristocratic clans grew unchecked and manipulated regional order. Central government finance continued to shrink and declined rapidly. To resolve these accumulated dynastic crises, Wang Mang launched radical reforms. He attempted to restore ancient institutions to rebuild social order. However, his idealistic policies severely deviated from real social conditions. Unrealistic reforms triggered nationwide turmoil and chaos. This chaotic situation eventually paved the way for the Eastern Han restoration. Feeble emperors empowered domineering imperial relatives. Severe land annexation shattered the stability of grassroots society. The glorious Western Han Empire did not fall from external invasion, but collapsed completely from internal structural breakdown. Chapter 7. Inheriting the unified institutional framework pioneered by the Qin, the Western Han completed two epoch-making civilizational transformations. First, it established Confucianism as the lasting official orthodoxy and shaped the ethical framework of traditional Chinese society. Second, it consolidated dominion over the Western regions and secured the Silk Road, enabling Chinese civilization to spread outward. From this time onward, the identity of the Han people has endured through ages. Western Han left two vital historical lessons. Rule relying solely on harsh laws cannot maintain lasting stability. Pure laissez-faire governance cannot withstand external threats. Ruling a vast empire demands balance between authoritative governance and the well-being of ordinary people. We traced the rise and fall of the Qing Empire in our last video. Today we have reviewed the 200-year prosperity and collapse of Western Han. Our next episode covers the Eastern Han Dynasty and the prelude to the Three Kingdoms. Subscribe to follow this chronological Chinese history series, spanning the pre-Qin period, Qin Dynasty, and Han Dynasties. The Qin constructed the foundational institutions of unification. The Western Han forged the soul of Chinese civilization. Through the age of Western Han, the ideal of national unification became deeply embedded within the Chinese national identity.